Hello and welcome to day 3 of the 4-day challenge, Accelerate Your English. My name is Jacqueline Volcano and I'm your instructor for the week. Today we're going to be talking about setting English goals. So let's jump into today's lesson. So Yogi Berra said, if you don't know where you are going, you'll end up someplace else. So today we're going to talk about goals and specifically your English goals. There are many types of goals. Many goals require English skills. For example, education goals could be I want to get my GED or high school diploma. For a digital literacy goal, maybe I want to learn how to use a computer. A financial goal could be, I want to learn how to save money. And a professional goal could be, I want to understand customers better at work. All right, so let's look at some examples. So here is Carla. Carla's English goal is I want to understand movies and TV shows in English. This is Anya. Her English goal is I want to understand my coworkers and customers better. This is Francois. His English goal is I want to improve my English speaking fluency with my neighbors. This is Mai. Her English goal is I want to improve my English to get a better job. So in the comments, please answer the question, what is your English goal? You can use the phrase I want to. And if you're watching the replay, you can type #replay so I can see your responses. So I'll give you a moment. Please type in the chat, I want to. What is your English goal? All right, Laura says, I want to be able to speak better to my friends and neighbors. Another, type your name, who this is, if you want to share. I want to have a better fluent conversation with my friends. Very good. So setting a goal is not the main thing. It is deciding how you will go about achieving it and staying with that plan. And that quote is from Tom Laundrie. So we're going to take your English goal and change it into an action goal. An action goal is attainable. So they're easy and difficult, and you want it somewhere in the middle. It's a little difficult, but you can do it. You want your action goal to be clear and measurable target. So for example, 1 unit a week or 5 stories a week. So you can check 1 story, check, finished. 2 stories, check. And then you want a time trigger. So how often or a final deadline. So maybe every week, every day, every work day, or a final deadline maybe in 30 days or next year. So let's look at Carla's English goal and change it into an actions goal. So her English goal is, I want to understand movies and TV shows in English. So she's going to use the app Lingo Clip that we talked about yesterday. So her action goal is, I want to spend 15 minutes a day learning English from TV and movie clips on the Lingo Clip app. So is it attainable? So is it easy, difficult, somewhere in the middle? So 15 minutes a day, maybe closer to the easy side, but it is attainable, yes. Clear and measurable target. So 15 minutes a day using Lingo Clip and specifically TV and movie clips. And then the time trigger is 15 minutes a day. This is Anya. So her English goal is I want to understand my coworkers and customers better. So she's going to listen to elo.org. So her action goal is I will listen to and complete one lesson each day on elo.org during my commute. So driving or on the bus. She's on the bus. Her commute to and from work. So is it attainable? One lesson a day? Probably. Is it clear and measurable target? So it's one lesson on elo.org and it's during her commute. And then the time trigger is one lesson each day. Francois' goal is I want to speak more fluently with my neighbors. And he's going to use the USA Learns website. And his action goal is I will complete 4 stories a week of USA Learns practice English and reading course and read aloud the stories to my child, dog, cat, plant, anyone who's available before bedtime. So is it attainable? 4 stories a week? Sounds good. Is it clear and measurable target? So it's on USA Learns. So 1 story, finished. 2 stories, finished. So it's measurable. Time trigger is each week, 4 stories a week. Mai's English goal is I want to improve my English to get a new job. So she's going to use the English Central app and her action goal is I will complete 1 unit each week from English Central's course, Getting the Job. So is it attainable? 1 unit a week? Probably. Is it clear and measurable target? Yes, 1 unit, and the location is English Central, and specifically the Getting the Job course. And the time trigger is each week. So in the comments, answer the question. So what is your action goal? So change your English goal into an action goal using a resource from yesterday. Okay. So here we're going to use this structure here. So I will, so in the future, the action, are you going to read, listen to, watch, and how many? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Use the unit. So is it a story, a unit, a lesson, a movie, a video? And which resource from yesterday are you going to use? So yesterday we talked about Learning Chocolate, USA Learns, English Central, Lingo Clip, Elo, Agenda Web, and British Council. So one of those resources. And then for the frequency, we're going to use each week. So what is your weekly goal? So here is an example. I will read 5 stories on USA Learn's third English course each week. So in the chat, please type, what is your action goal? Okay, Laura has 4 goals. I want to practice reading aloud daily a sentence from my daily calendar and finish by the end of the year. And number 2, I want to complete 1 lesson on Duolingo per weekday. 3, I will listen to 1 slow news podcast per week. And 4, I will look for at least 1 opportunity to speak with a friend every week. Very good. Does anyone else have a response? All right, I'll give you, or you can continue to think about the topic, the action goal. All right, so now we're going to take your action goal that's kind of like a week-long goal, and we're going to break it down into a daily action to make it more into a routine or a habit. And here, this was Gina. Gina says, I want to speak with more fluency with other people. Very good. So this is Carla's goal, and she said she wants to spend 15 minutes a day learning English from TV and movie clips on LingoClip. So she'll use the app for 15 minutes a day. And this one is Lali. She says, I will listen to 20 minutes of news in English, and I will try to complete 2 units a day. Good. Which application or resource will you use for the units? Looking at Anya, so she says her action goal is I will listen to and complete 1 lesson each day on elo.org during my commute to and from work. So she's going to listen to 15 minutes on the bus before work and 15 minutes on the bus after work. This is Francois, and his action goal is I will complete 4 stories a week on USA Learn's Practice English and Reading course. And so he's going to read 1 story for 30 minutes each day before bed. This is Mai. Her action step is I will complete 1 unit each week from English Central's course, Getting the Job. So she's going to have a daily action step of 1 lesson for 30 minutes each day. In the comments, answer the question, what is your daily action goal? Is it 1 story, 1 lesson, 1 video, or maybe 15 minutes or 30 minutes? So what is your daily action goal? All right, Gina says 1 video each day. Laura says daily I will do 1 Duolingo lesson and 1 calendar sentence. Good. All right. And so that is it for today. So your action step for today is to write your action goal and your daily goal. So you're going to write out your general English goal and then write your goal into an action goal and then write your daily goal. And post your sentences in the Facebook group. And that is it for today. Looking to tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about tracking your progress so that you know you met your goal. All right. I don't see any more comments, so that is it for today. See you tomorrow.